Okay. Hello, everyone. Um, Oops, I think I typed my name wrong. Oops. Okay. Hi, everyone. I would like to welcome you guys tonight. Thanks for being here. I'm introducing myself. My name is Azri, and I have two of my friends here who are so-called visual designer, and they've been doing a lot of work in a sense that a lot of illustrations and artwork using Procreate. I'm really amazed by the collections of their work, their external projects, and all that. And I invited them over to share their experience in using, Procreate in creating all their artworks. So we're gonna start with the first session with Jihiro. Wow, and then after that, we're gonna have Odoodles in the next session. So I will let the artists introduce themselves, and they will share their experience in using Procreate. So let's have Chihiro on the stream. Yay!
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Oh my god. Okay. This
Hi.
is awkward. Hello. Hey
Hello.
guys.
So
Hope everyone's doing okay tonight.
yeah, I hope they are doing okay and all that. Um, Hang on, I need to turn off the banner. So yeah, thanks for being here today. In having you in the session, I am honored to have you because you did a lot of work, and it seems that you did a lot of BTS artwork and illustration as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Um, Maybe you can start to introduce yourself, and then
Yeah.
maybe let us know what you'll be doing for these sessions. Yeah, for everyone out there, this session is basically I'm inviting them over so to share the experience for students because we are at home. For those who are maybe new to Procreate and all that, so this is like our individual initiative, to share our experience and in using Procreate and creating artworks. So yeah, Chihiro, I'm opening the
Yeah.
sessions to you.
You can share my screen
Of
for
course.
my slide. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yes. Yes.
I hope
Okay.
everyone out there can everyone out there
Yeah.
see this is a
I
live
cannot. I
session.
cannot.
So
I cannot see the comments. So you guys gotta tell me.
oh, I can see the comment here. You see, one of your fans says, "Jiro, I'm a fan." Yay!
Okay. Anyway. Okay. I'm just gonna start off by introducing myself. So my name is Jing. I'm a graphic designer, self-proclaimed digital artist. I'm a big fan of Ghibli film as well as BTS. And the reason why this is relevant is because I have an art account and I go by Jihiro. Actually, Jihiro started off as like a personal art account, but then like over the years, it kind of sort of evolved into like BTS fan art, focus kind of account, and also like I eventually like got into like making turning Jihiro into like a shop where I sell BTS fan merch. And then as you can see, like I put a GIF of Chihiro because uh my user Chihiro is inspired by the protagonist from Spirited Away, which is a Studio Ghibli film. Yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about my digital art journey. Hopefully I don't bore you. But yeah, so I think yeah, so not many of you know this, but I'm actually a 2017 SPM student, which meant like we got our results around like March 2018. So I remember like vividly like when we all got our results, like there was sort of like everyone was overwhelmed with emotions, and at that time a lot of them viewed their worth like based on the results that they got. So I felt like that kind of inspired me to create this piece, which says this paper does not define you. Sort of like as like to show like comfort, support, and like an act of reassurance for not only my friends but also myself. And then like I posted this piece on my Instagram, and I remember like I got a lot of good feedback and like messages from my friends saying that they found comfort in my art, and that kind of like motivated me to want to create even more. And that's like sort of how my digital art journey started. At that time, 2018 was like right after I graduated from high school. Uh, so like I felt like I could finally focus on art, which is something I'm really passionate about. And but then, I think that was when I didn't really have any like necessary tools or like software or skills, you know. So at the time, I was sketching in my phone, like through a sketch app. I think it's called Tayasui Sketch app. And I was sketching in my iPhone 5S, which you can see here. Do you see how tiny this is? I don't know
Wow.
how at that time I did it, but I used my finger to
So,
like draw.
oh my god.
It's tiny, like compared to like iPhone 11 right now that I have. So like I'm not sure how I did it, but 2018 me like seemed to know what she was doing, you know. So and then I sort of like evolved from there when I started like when I entered into graphic foundation in design, like graphic design. I had this project called Confessions of the Heart project. If you guys want to check out the link, it's like below. It's confessions of the heart project.tumblr.com. So basically, this project it's a platform where people can confess and submit their unspoken thoughts anonymously, and and then like in exchange I would illustrate the confessions. And like these are like some of the artworks that I did. I would say that my digital arts like evolved because instead of using like my hand or like with my iPhone 5s, this one I started learning Adobe Illustrator. So I illustrated this in Illustrator using my trackpad, and it kind of like got me through my college days, I guess, because that was like the only way I know that could work for me. But the thing is, when I like eventually got into the degree in graphic design, I hit a bump. I had an animation assignment, and I started to like I was really nervous because I was wondering like how do I go about this, you know, because uh the only way I knew how to draw was through AI. So I felt like the lack of tool was restricting my abilities to perform. And so I made a decision to get an iPad Pro. I've always wanted to get invest in one, but I didn't have like a solid reason until like this assignment came along. Um, if you're wondering, I got the iPad Pro 2018 11-inch as well as the second gen Apple Pencil, which is what I'm still using up to now. Yeah, my trustworthy iPad Pro. And then like of course like when I first got the iPad, I was like super excited. I was like, oh, I'm gonna try out every like digital art like app, before I settle with one. And then I tried out like Medibang Paint, Adobe Sketchbook, Clip Studio Paint, and of course Procreate. Uh, and then like one thing I found out was like I didn't really like Medibang Paint or like CSP because of the complexity of the tools. Like it was kind of intimidating to me, compared to Procreate where their interface is like really simple, right? So based on my personal opinion, I felt like Procreate was good enough for me. And also at the time, I think everyone that I knew, like who was doing like digital art, was using Procreate. So I felt like I kind of needed to know what the hype was all about, you know. So yeah, and it did live up to the hype. So I'm still
So, y-
using Procreate. Yeah.
so you basically just dive into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I did try like Medibang Paint and like CSP first, but it's just that it didn't really like connect with me. I didn't like felt comfortable using
Mm.
it. So, oh my God, I feel so bad for dissing them. Please don't see this. Anyways,
I
anyways,
hope their representative is not here watching
like
your live right now.
if you ever wanna send me, like, give me your software for free, of course I won't deny it. Just you can sponsor me. But yeah, anyways, uh
Okay.
speaking about like the animation assignment that I had, the reason why I got the iPad, right? Like this was the animation that I had to make. It's called What Makes Bread Bread. So like when I was making this animation, it was a lot of trial and error just because like I was still new to using the app. But it was a really fun process, like being able to experiment like on how to animate as well as like different brushes and all. So yeah. Uh yeah, so that's all for that
Mm,
part.
nice
And
graphics.
then thanks. And then from there it was just like a lot of experimenting. Like you can see like here I'm just like experimenting with like different brushes and like just trying to get used to the app, in general. Uh and then eventually I found my own like style and rhythm and brushes that I felt comfortable using. And then I made my first series, which is uh, BTS hands. So that there's 7 members, which is why there's 7 artworks here. And then like I remember when I first posted this, it got quite a lot of love, and due to like popular demand, since like I said G Hero is also a shop that sells BTS fan merch. Many of them asked me to turn these artworks into uh merchandise, which is why I turned them into wooden pins. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And then the thing is, this was my first time like using like Procreate artwork and like turning them into merchandise. So that was quite scary for me, but it turned out great. So I was like really happy with it, and I think like they got quite a lot of love too. And at that time I had like 2,000 followers, but with this pins like itself, like I think I gained about 5,000 followers. Um, not
Wow.
overnight, not overnight, but like
Like once
over
once you post already, like boom, go up.
over the week maybe. Like I gained like many followers because they were all really interested in these pins, and I was really happy. And it kind of made me realize like, oh, maybe like investing in the iPad and investing in Procreate itself, like kind of helped me to like uh show like what my potential or whatever. And then it was like a good choice, to invest in the iPad. Yeah. Here are some of my artworks if you've never seen my artworks before. I mean, most of the time I like to illustrate BTS fan art, but sometimes I like to do some random personal art as well. So yeah. Here's like a time lapse. I hope it's playing.
Yeah, explain.
You can
Mm.
you can see a little bit of my process. You can see that I'm really messy, and as like a very indecisive person, I like doing digital art because you can always like change like the colors and whatever, because of how easy it is to navigate and stuff like that. So yeah, here's like another one.
Normally, how long does it take? Like this?
Ah, depends, depends, depends. Um, normally, normally, right? I draw like based on how inspired I am. Like if I really have an idea in my head, it's gonna go fast. So like maybe this piece,
Mm.
although it does take time, so maybe like 2 hours macam tu, because
Oh,
I bukanlah pro sangat, like
so
I
you
I just
you
do this
listen
for
to
fun.
BTS music, and then after that you
Of
draw smooth like
course.
butter, like that.
Of course, of course. I gotta. endorse the endorse BTS as I create art for them, you know. But yeah,
Okay.
so like that's a little bit about my art, my digital art journey. So I was thinking like we can move towards my Procreate. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I lost my Apple Pencil. Okay, so I found it. Found it. Okay.
Jing.
Up. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Okay.
Wait, can you guys
Oh,
see my screen?
sharing.
I'm
Yes, can.
showing Procreate merged with photos. So like usually
Okay.
this is how I work. So basically, I will always have reference beside my screen. One like on the left side will be my reference, and right side will be Procreate. So the thing about Procreate is like when you have like an artboard, like have you cannot put reference picture outside of the artboard. So I think that's maybe one thing I feel like it's lacking for Procreate. But other than that, it's okay lah. Uh,
Mm.
so yeah, I don't know if anyone's like wants to draw like with me at the same time, but I'm just gonna show a bit of my process. Yeah, and and
Okay.
since I'm most comfortable drawing hands, I'm gonna show how to draw
A
I
hand,
draw a hand. Yes,
like BTS hand.
huh?
There's
Let's go through it.
there's one question earlier from Camille. Do you find drawing a perfect curve line hard? Any tips on getting a clean line on Procreate?
Ah, okay. So the thing about Procreate is, I don't know if you know this, but uh, okay, let's say I'm using this. Uh, you know this streamline thing. So what streamline does is, like, let's say if you put zero, it will be really accurate, right? In terms of the accuracy of how the brush is. But then if you increase streamline, it kind of gives this like effect. I don't know if you can tell, but let's say if I'm drawing here, like the curve is much better compared to like if you reduce the streamline. But at the same time, like I'm not sure what kind of curve line you're talking about, because Procreate has this feature where you can hold it and then it creates the shape, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's all about practice and like getting used to it. Because in my
Mm.
opinion, okay, Jill.
Yeah. Usually when it comes to apps, when you open the apps, you try every brush, like how
Yeah,
does the
yeah.
effects and all that. Mm-hmm.
That's like the fun part, I guess. Being able to just experiment. So like what
Mm.
I usually do is I start off with a sketch, and I usually use a different color, which is usually I start off with blue just because I'm used to it, and so it'll help me like differentiate like what's sketch and what's the real like the line art. So I usually like keep it at like 28% opacity so that it's like an onion layer, you know. And
Mm.
then I just go ahead and create another layer. That's the good thing about Procreate, because you can create uh many layers, and you can so it doesn't disrupt like your coloring and your line art. So
Mm.
I don't know if you guys are interested to know this, but my favorite brush to use like nowadays is
Yeah.
HB pencil.
Got one question just now. Any favorite brush? HB
Ah,
pencil?
HB pencil. One thing I like about Procreate is they already have a variety of good brushes. Good brushes that I
Mm.
like to use. So these are the ones that are already like like it's already in the app. So I like to use HB pencil. I like to use 6B pencil. For coloring, I like to use technical pen. Yeah, and
Mm.
airbrushing. Yeah, I'll show you guys as I go lah. But at the same time, I also downloaded like from, I don't know if you guys know Jing Sketch. Yeah, the person has the same name as me, but
Is it yours?
no,
No.
it's like coincidence. Like this person has the same name as me. But if you
Oh.
guys want, you can go check out like Jing Sketch. Jing Sketch always has like uh they always like come up with different brushes like once in a while, but sometimes it's paid, sometimes it's free. So yeah, this one's free. Yeah, so you can also import like other free brushes in if you like. So yeah, that's good lah. So you don't have to stick to just Procreate. Yeah.
Okay.
So I like HB pencil nowadays because I like the pencil effect it gives. Uh, so so usually I just so so this I don't know if you guys I don't know how like beginner or like whatever level you guys are, but this one that I'm adjusting right now, this is the brush size, and this is the opacity. And then what I did was uh Procreate has like different gesture controls where you can adjust. So for me, this can be different for everyone, but for me, uh, four fingers tap will open a quick menu. So like as you're drawing, you don't have to reach towards the top. But nowadays, but I kind of like had the habit of like reaching to the top anyway. To get to the brush or eraser. But also Apple Pencil, if you like double tap, it moves between pencil and eraser. So that's like a good thing. Yeah.
Oh, disclaimer. Um, we are not at all sponsored by Procreate. It's just that we are
Procreate, if you're watching this, you can
Procreate.
sponsor us.
Yes, can definitely. So
Please.
it's just we are just sharing on how Chihiro and later Doodles utilizing Procreate to create artworks. And we are not
Yes.
sponsored by Apple as well just now. Okay,
Oh,
we're showing all the iPhone
oh
5
sorry.
lah, iPad lah, all that. So we are not sponsored by Apple as well. So we are on our own.
Sorry, I
So
I
good.
yeah.
Mm.
So right now I'm drawing. So like I already did a base sketch beforehand, just so like the process I can speed up the process speed up the process to show you guys like how I work. So yeah, you can see like HB pencil gives off this pencil effect, right? So that's what I like about it. Um, let me just finish this sketch. Sorry, I cannot multitask. Is there any more comments that I need to answer?
Um, nothing for now.
Okay, but yeah.
Yeah, as for
So
everyone who's watching, keep your questions coming if you have any while while our guests Jihiro or Odoodles Rater doing the artwork. Yeah, so that in between she can answer. Yeah.
right. So he's sort of like how I usually do my line art. Okay, sometimes it's messy, but like that's my style, I guess. And then actually what I do is I like to put a layer behind my line art and kind of have like a base layer. Uh, Let me show you how it works. So I like to use technical pen as for coloring, just because how sketch like the pencil it has sometimes it gives off this uh like certain gaps which I don't really like. So instead I use technical pen when it
Oh.
comes to coloring, just so like the surface is completely colored.
Mm. There's a
Yeah.
question while you're
Yes.
coloring. Do you like Procreate from Payone? Do you like Procreate more than Illustrator nowadays?
That's the thing
I think the
about
answer is yes, maybe.
the thing is like after I got my iPad, I spent so much time with my iPad. I barely like use my AI to draw anymore. Just
Mm.
because it's so much easier. Like I remember when I used to draw on AI using my trackpad, my fingers would cramp up like so often. Just because my hand's always on the trackpad.
Wait,
So
you use trackpad to draw.
yes,
You don't have.
I use finger and trackpad. Like I don't use like tablet or like a connected tablet because
Mouse. Oh.
yeah, I don't use mouse. I use trackpad. But yeah,
Mm.
I think it because of like how easy it is to use like the iPad, I just kind of like abandoned like AI for a while. And so nowadays I try to like unless it's like vector
Eh?
unless it's like sorry. I think my screen slept for a while. But yeah,
Yeah, your iPad
unless
disconnected.
it's it disconnected.
Yeah, the screen sharing is no longer shared.
Oh jap let me
Okay
see.
lor. Kenapa?
Now I can see the comments. Okay, anyway. Can you see?
Yes, can. Now it works again.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What was I talking about? I kind of drifted off. Oh, AI, right?
Ah,
I
AI
only
Procreate.
nowadays. I only use AI when I need to draw really like vectors. Yeah, vectors. I like to use AI because Procreate is you cannot like draw vectors in Procreate. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyways, so you can see like here, what I did was I colored the base. I followed like within the lines and all right. Uh, what I usually do is above that the layer you can create like a clipping mask. I don't know if you guys use this, but maybe if I don't show without clipping
Again?
mask, right?
Yeah, sure.
So so
Slowly, maybe. Yeah.
so so like now let's say now I open another layer above the base layer. Let's say I want to do shading. Like you know how annoying it is to like in order to like stay in line, you have to like it's like such a pain in the ass, right? To be able to like every time you need to color within the lines. But with the clipping mask too, like you don't have to do that. Um,
Mhm.
let me just show you. So you click clipping mask, and it only colors within the base layer.
Magic.
You get me?
Mm.
Yeah. So
Mm.
that's the good thing about having using like Procreate. I'm not sure. Yeah. So like it has a clipping mask tool. So whenever you see, I can't color outside. Oh wait, you can't see. I just realized you can't see how my brush is like where my brush is. But but if you color outside the base layer, you can't see. You know.
Oh.
You can't. So right now you can see like I'm coloring within the. So yeah, but if you try to color outside, you cannot see, right? Can you
Mm.
see mine? Yeah.
Yes, can. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
can.
So yeah, that's the good thing I like about Procreate. You know, it makes the process go much faster.
So clipping mask, the layer that you clipping mask is on top, right? And then you
Yeah, you
clip
can
mask
see,
to the
right?
layer 4. Okay.
Yeah, this is the base layer. This is the
Mm.
base layer.
Okay.
Um
Okay.
so another good thing is alpha lock. You can
Alpha
see like
lock.
once you when you click alpha lock, like you can see your layer. There's like the transparent layer, right? The transparent checker box.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that? So what
Yes,
it
can.
does is like once you click alpha lock, let's say I pick another like if I want like
Oh,
a darker
to
color.
kacau you a bit. Somebody commented, "Wow, so many color palettes. How do you find them?"
Oh, okay, yeah. So when you click alpha lock, and then you go ahead and pick another color that you want to replace with. I usually use airbrushes because it's really huge and it covers the layer faster. Yeah, I go
Mm.
over it and can see the color changing, right? Can you
Yeah,
see that?
can.
Let me do that again.
Mhm.
So yeah, so alpha lock, what it does is like it kind of lock the only like the only part that you colored in. So
Oh, I see.
yeah, so
Okay.
for a person like me who is very indecisive in terms of colors, it's very good because I can just keep changing, you know, any like whatever I like. But yeah,
I
so
see.
coming to the color palette question, I think you can see my screen, right? So
Can.
I
Banyak color dia.
have that you can see the names is actually the
Apa?
artist that I like macam like these artists called Zhao Diyu and Jisupi, Mochi Penko, and Chu. You guys may
Mm.
know some of these artists, but like what I do is I like to gather like many of their artworks and bring it into Procreate to kind of pick the colors out, the colors that I like. So this is sort of like the base colors that I work with usually. Yeah. So you can do that. Let's say you have a certain art style that you like, a certain
Mm.
like, so you can always like, you can bring in that palette and you can always go back to it. So the good thing about Procreate is like they have this new feature. Like let's say I like the colors from here, right? I can just bring in here. Is it working? Why is it not working? Oh wait, I think I have to do like that.
Uh, ah.
And then it creates the palette for you.
So
Yeah.
you just
You,
drag the image to the
yeah.
color palette
So you just
window and
drag.
then
So this is from Ponyo. You can just drag it in, put it did, and then it will kind of like
oh.
make it for you, and then like you can like rename it. Like this one's Ponyo. But the thing is, pony. sorry, that was that was autocorrect. Anyways, but the thing is, like you can see, right? Like the colors here and the colors that they put in may not be
Mm.
exactly the same or like as vibrant. So that's what you should consider, I guess, as
Mm.
you can always delete or replace if you want. Like let's say I have this color that I want to save. Like you can just pick your color. For me, if you hold a finger down, it goes to the color
Oh,
that I want. Yeah.
I see. So
So
this thing will automatically appear like in a way.
yes,
The
if that is like depends how you set your gesture controls. Like under preferences at gesture controls, you need to change yours. Like for me under
eyedropper.
eyedropper, yeah. So mine
Mhm.
is touch and hold. So yeah. Um, so what you can do is you touch and hold, and then you can sort of save it to like a palette here. So you can
Mm.
always save, yeah. So that's a good thing about uh if you like
I
certain
see.
colors and you want to keep them. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I have many
question
palettes.
from we have questions from Kevin. When you learn these new tools, features surround the
Mm-hmm.
app, which is Procreate, is it more of just playing around with the software, or you just consciously follow online video tutorials and all?
mm, Honestly, when I first started, I didn't want to watch tutorials because I wanted to try it on my own just to see how it goes. But then like over time you realize that there's many tools that you wouldn't know. So I did, so like time to time I sometimes I like Google YouTube tutorials and also watch Procreate has a TikTok. So sometimes they like to post tips, to make your life easier when it comes to
Mm,
drawing in Procreate. Yeah.
correct.
So
Yeah, because
yeah.
different people utilizing the app differently. Because for example, like Chihiro has her own way of doing it, in
Mm.
utilizing the app. And then other artists maybe change the setting to fit his
Yes.
or her needs. Or
So
Doodle also later it's
yeah.
a different setting. Yeah.
Yeah, you can, yeah, you depends on like your personal preference. So that's good. You can always like change it as how you like. Like you can also
Mm,
edit the pressure curve. Like mine looks like this because I prefer my lines to be like it doesn't follow pressure. I like
mm,
it to be constant, like consistent. Yeah. So it really depends on your like what you like. Mm.
correct. Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So so
keep on drawing the
What?
hand. Is
I don't know.
is your
I don't know if I
is
should
your hand
continue.
shaking?
I don't know if I should continue, but yeah. So like another thing is that Procreate has this like layer just for background, so you can always
Mm.
change the background color however you like.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So you can change however you like. So you don't have to create
uh,
another extra layer for it. Yeah,
that's the background. Oh,
and
there's one layer there. Background color.
yeah.
Mm.
And also you can like group layers. Just let's say, I think for old doodles later, like maybe they'll show like how maybe they group layers because uh when your file when you have a lot going on, you may need to group layers just so you know you can find the layer back later on. So
Mhm.
let's say this one, like I group this tree, so it becomes a new group. So you can like, so it doesn't
Again,
like
again.
go like super long. So so wait, how
I'm
do I
I'm also learning. You know.
okay, okay. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Let me just go back. Okay, okay. So what I did was, if you slide to the right, like from left to the right, macam tu. Do you see what I did
Uh
there?
huh. Uh huh.
It kind of highlights the layer, right? It highlights the layer.
Oh, okay.
So you highlight. Let's say you highlight this, this, and this. Then you click
Then you click group.
yes, and then it becomes
Oh,
into a new group. So you
I
can
see.
collapse it, or like, well, yeah, open it, and then you can name the group if you want, just
I
for your
see.
own, like for you to navigate, make it easy to navigate.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not done drawing, but I'm just gonna show a bit like other features. Like, so when I'm done with like a drawing, like just to add a touch of like texture, I would sometimes like use like under sketching. There's like, you can see like the soft pastel, oil pastel, artist crayon, and bonobo chalk. So usually depends on what I feel, but sometimes I like to use soft pastel. I put it to the max, like the brush, and then
oh,
I go ahead and like pick a. For me, I like a pinky like color, like overlay. So sometimes I just, let's say I pick this pink, make it a bit
mm,
purple. What I do is I go to a new layer and I sort of just go over it like that. Okay, you can see that, right? So
yes,
so
yes. Can.
the good thing is if you click this end button, you can see it's normal. The layer is normal, but I like to sometimes go to multiply, and then and then I just reduce it to around like 12%.
Oh, this one is like you're creating the somewhat paper texture,
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like
Macam tu,
that.
like
Mm,
just to add a little bit like spice to your artwork, if you want lah,
mm,
yeah. So you can see, I mean, from here it's not as obvious, but it looks like a sort of like a canvas or like paper effect. Yeah. So that's multiply, or you can use like others. I mean, it's all about experimenting, I guess. So yeah.
mm. I think this one is like those in Photoshop. You know
Mm,
the
yes, exactly.
the yeah.
I think if you know how to use like Adobe, like not just Adobe software, like Photoshop, yeah, Photoshop or Illustrator, this is kind of similar lah in terms of how to use it because of the layers
Mm,
and stuff like that. Yeah, and
nice.
then but also if you don't want this texture layer, what you can do is like, let's say if I wait let me flatten this. I can use, if you click this button here, adjustments, they have
Okay.
a lot of features that you can use. So noise. So this is one of the one that you can use to add texture, noise. And what you do is you just slide anywhere on the canvas, and it adds a noise texture. You can see, right? So
Yes. Can.
the thing about this is like, if You
Oh,
add noise, it only adds noise to this layer specifically. If you look
I
closely,
see.
you can see that the background doesn't, have
Reflect.
the noise layer. So
So you
yeah.
have to select the layer first that you want to add
Mm-mm.
noise. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So yeah. So you can adjust how intense you want it. And also there's like different type of styles that you can pick. Yeah. Just to
Mm.
show you. Yeah.
Ooh.
Uh yeah. There's also halftone. This is one of the textures that I like to use as well. Halftone. Uh so this one you don't need much. Like if you slide just a bit, it kind of gives that effect already. Can you see? Yeah.
Yes.
So there's also screen print and then
Oh,
newspaper. Up to you lah. Honestly, these are just like extra effects that can make your life easier if you wanna add spice.
roughness, spices,
Yeah,
like you say just now.
spice.
Spicy.
Yeah. So I feel like I should I want to move on to like another artwork.
Okay.
Uh
To their
I'm just
collection of BTS.
sorry, my space is a bit messy, sorry. But anyways, I want to show you something. So basically one of my hobbies nowadays, like I feel like for year three, I didn't have much time to do like any full illustration. So nowadays, I like to create doodles on pictures.
Mhm.
So what I do is I kind of firstly I drag in. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna use a picture of my cat just because.
Okay.
So what I do is you can just drag in a picture. Um. Oh
What's the
wait, no,
name of
let
your
me just
cat?
drag in the base. Oh, my cat's name. Her name is Mochi. Because
Mochi.
her color looks like mochi, but we call her Chichi. You can call her
Oh,
Chichi. Yeah,
Chichi.
that's the nickname. Yeah, so I go ahead and crop my canvas first. So this checkered picture, like I actually did it myself like through AI, but like you can get it anywhere if you like. So one of the cool things about this is like you can use the liquify tool from here, adjustments.
Adjustment, liquify.
You if you like okay, depending on how big you want, and I'm gonna use tool right. Yeah, you can what if you press down your brush, it immediately kind of it liquefies itself. So let's say if I
Twirl.
run it, so if I run it around, yeah, it kind of twirls. So depending on what you want, there's also twirl left. Yeah.
Oh,
So like instant effect, pinch, depending on what you like. Yes.
okay.
Just link to adjust. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's that's one of the things that I like to play with. And then I kind of like add layer. So right now I'm adding a picture of Chi Chi.
Mm.
So you can go ahead and like adjust the size if you like. And okay, so what I do is like I usually add another layer first.
Mm.
Uh, Decrease the opacity. So I'm gonna do what I did just now, which is the clipping mask thing that I did just now. So I'm gonna just draw a heart around her. Oh no, that heart was shit. Okay lah, whatever lah. Okay. So this is like a heart. Okay, forget it. I'm just showing a tutorial anyway. So what I do is and then I go ahead and make a clipping. Sorry, opposite. Chichi is supposed to be on top. So
Oh.
you go ahead and clip mask that. So it turns like that. So
Oh.
you can always change the base layer. Like you see if I erase, then yeah. You can move this picture as well. Yeah. So increase the size. Same thing.
So you put it inside the frame
Yeah.
of
Yeah. So
the
yeah, it sort of
below
acts
layer.
like a frame.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And then I can also like duplicate this layer, and what I do is like I can increase the size. One thing
Oh,
about Procreate is you can increase or decrease the size. So like you see here, uniform, freeform, distort, warp. So it's good like in terms of when you do like freeform, it'll be like you can adjust however you like, but uniform it stays within like the proportions. Mm, yeah.
I see.
Then
Cool.
yeah,
Very
so
good
that's good.
in producing posts for Instagram.
And then so you can like so what I do is like I like to doodle on pictures. So I mean not I guess like not everyone gets Procreate just to create like uh full illustrations, right? So sometimes you just like to doodle. So that's also what I
Yeah.
like to do, where I doodle on things just for fun.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah. You can just import image inside
mm,
Procreate and then doodle it on top.
yeah, on top.
Mm.
So it yeah. So that's like the fun thing about it. So like I can go ahead and like
But make sure on the
use
new layer lah.
yeah. So always make sure that you're on a new layer just cause if not, let's say I draw on Chichi here and I
And then you
erase it,
erase
it's
the
gonna be
image.
yeah, it's gonna erase the image itself. So if you're
Yeah.
scared, you can always duplicate the layer, but
Yeah.
over time you get used to it lah. So just be careful about that. Then yeah, you can just like play around. So this one is like one of the brushes that I got from the one that I mentioned just now, the Jing Sketch
Jing sketch basic.
Basic. And like
Jing
if
sketch basic.
and like you
Oh, this one.
if you want to make sure what you're doing, like let's say I'm doing this and you want to make sure it's centered or whatever, you can click this like you can go to here drawing guide. You can turn on drawing guide and it will show you this grid. So you can click edit drawing guide. So right now I only have the 2D grid on, so you can adjust the opacity however you like. And then I change the color so that it's contrasting. So it kind of shows you if your artwork is centered. Yeah.
Oh, the
Uh,
grid, the
uh
drawing guide.
yeah. So that is if you want lah. So a good thing about the drawing grid is, um, let's say I open another layer. If I want to draw, you know how sometimes you want to draw like a straight line or a box, but you can't do it as well. And like you know how like the snapping tool kind of takes too much time. Like you know how we draw and you have to wait and it snaps into place. One thing you can do
Mm-hmm.
is you turn on you click you tap on layer 6 and you click drawing assist.
Drawing assist.
So
Okay.
once you click that, when you draw on your layer, it whatever you draw immediately becomes a straight line.
Oh,
Do you see that?
this one, like shaking hand, like me can draw straight line perfectly
Yeah,
lah.
so
In a
you
way.
you can be you can be very very confident in your lines with the help of this tool, just
Okay.
so if you want to create like yeah macam tu lah. But yeah, that's just like uh
Oh.
and my one of my gesture controls is like 2 fingers tap is undo, 3 finger taps is redo. So yeah, do what makes you comfortable, I guess. Yeah, you don't always have to follow the tutorial, whatever they say.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Mm,
I think that one when you use the app on daily basis and you you know
mm,
use it often like every day, and then you can like tweak things around the apps because it's flexible in a way in terms of the
yeah, you just
settings you want to change.
yeah. I feel like over time I just like go with what I like. Uh changing her the controls like for however it fits me. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That's. I'm not sure what else what other tools you guys are interested to know about, but like you guys can let me know.
yeah.
Mm.
Anything that you guys want to know from the public? I mean, from the audience. Maybe you have a burning questions about Procreate that you want to ask, uh, Jing. I think she used this app on daily basis in producing all of the fan art, right?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes. My trustworthy Procreate. So I feel like I'm getting my money's worth. Procreate need to pay, that's
yeah,
why.
yeah. Not just the Procreate. You see, you have to buy the iPad as well. It's not cheap.
Um
Yeah.
just yeah, but I mean like consider it as an investment. It's
Mm,
it's good. Like let's say even if you're like the type of person who only just like wants to draw for fun, I it's up to you, but it was a good investment for me. Yeah, personally.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, my
Correct.
screen slapped
Oh,
again.
yes. Any questions from the audience to Jing? Yeah, maybe I can show them a little bit about your Instagram, maybe, so that you can
Oh, okay.
maybe explain about your the work that you have
Sure,
done on Instagram.
sure.
So this is Jing Instagram profile. Chihiro, you see, so famous, 22,000. Uh,
I mean, nowadays, like I haven't been as active as I did when I was like younger. I'm not that old, but yeah. But nowadays, like you can see my artworks are a lot of like doodles rather than just like illustration based. But yeah.
mm. See,
Yes, I have.
butter is coming. All of this illustration. Yeah.
Yeah, so I usually like to draw what I'm inspired by. So I really like BTS and like the music that they create. So which is why most of
Mm.
my art are like BTS based. And I think now that I also study graphic design, I like to implement both elements together, using
Oh,
using what you know best, like my skills.
so
Yeah,
image,
you can see some.
doodles, and all.
Oh wait, sorry,
This
my
one
laptop is dying.
is
Give me a sec.
okay.
Sekejap,
So yeah, this is collection of Jing's work on Instagram. You see all the fan art, combined images and doodles together. So it's really about finding what you're passionate about to draw or do, right, Jing?
Yeah, I
Yeah. So
mean,
something like this, combine image and doodles together. See, so chomel.
how do
Yeah.
I handle fame? I mean, yeah. I mean, I've had this account since 2018, so you know,
Uh, Take
it's
a
just
while,
over time.
2 years.
It's over
Mm.
time.
Oh, so
You'll
this is the trend.
eventually. So yeah,
The
I like drawing hands. I feel
hands. Mm.
comfortable drawing hands. Yeah,
Mm.
and yeah, I also implemented graphic design in that. So, mm,
See.
yeah,
Okay.
most of my merch nowadays also like I like artworks from like I drew on Procreate, like
You have
the merch.
store merch here as well, right? Like here, this one.
Uh, it's not open at the moment. It's big
Oh,
cartel, but it's not open at the moment.
can
Yes,
message you personally lah. I want to buy something, or can you make me like special
can
requests and all that lah? Yeah.
can I give you free merch. Should have said this
Wow.
off camera, but
No.
Kai,
Later
someone
everybody
just asked.
request. Ah.
Someone just
Huh?
asked if I can draw feet. I
We have
can
a
draw
question
feet,
here.
but you need to pay me
We have a
more.
question here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
from Aziza. Do you
you
have to deal with people copying your art because of how famous you are? Like in terms of your style, maybe? I don't
do you have to do with people copying art because of I wouldn't say I'm famous, but I do deal with a lot of people copying my art on a daily basis. It gets tiring, but I just I'm not used to it. It's more like I'm kind of fed up. So the only thing that I
know.
do is I just either I will call them out and be like, like so the thing is
Yeah.
I feel like as an artist, you need to find your own style. If you want to grow as an account and also as an artist,
Mm,
don't don't try to copy off someone. So because that won't get you far. So don't steal art, don't copy, don't repost. Yes. That's the message
okay.
I like to send out. Yeah.
All right. I think maybe that can put a pause on Jing session. Maybe we can proceed to the
Oh,
next guest. Oh, do those? Sorry.
I have one more thing to share like on
Okay, Ken.
my
Yeah.
slide.
Yeah. All
Like
right.
just a little are you
The
sharing my
opening.
screen right now?
Now, yes.
Oh, okay. So, before I end, I just want to say like if people ever ask like, how do you get good at using Procreate or whatever, this applies. So I feel like, this tweet really encompasses like what I would want to say, which is like be bad at it, keep doing it, and keep making all the mistakes, repeat, and then eventually someone will ask you how to get good at what you did. So yeah, don't be afraid to experiment with Procreate. Just because you don't suddenly like end up like someone else that you admire, it's not like a big deal. Just keep practicing and stuff like that. So yeah, go at your own pace. Thank you.
Yay. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jing, for your
thank you so much.
session. Yeah.
Yeah.
Later we're gonna have more Q&A on the
Okay.
guests
Yeah.
itself
Can
after
right.
Odoodle's session as well. So yeah, if you want to support
Yeah.
Jing's artwork, you can go to her Instagram, follow her on Instagram, and if you want to buy her coffee, then you can go to coffee and support her for her artwork. Like that lah. So okay, all right. Thanks, Jing, for
Yes. Thank you.
sharing. Now we can have
Thank you, guys.
Odoodles in the next session. Let's bring her to this window. We have
Yay.
Odoodles. Hi. Hey, cannot hear you. Yeah, can hear or not? Can you say something, Sujay? Sujay, can say something? Cannot hear.
Hi. Hey.
Oh, okay. All right. So now we have
I can hear you.
Odoodles.
Can you hear me? Hello,
It's a
hello,
bit of
hello.
delay,
Can
I think.
can hear.
Hello, hello, hello. Yes,
A bit
I'm
of
saying
delay.
something.
I think can hear perfectly actually.
Really?
Can
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
oh
Okay. So now we have Odoodles here with us. Another guest that used Procreate on daily basis on her iPad. I think she got disconnected. I don't know.
oh
Um,
yeah, I think
or maybe the
she's kind of
connection.
stuck.
Um, Uh, okay. So yeah. So we have to say goodbye to Jing for now to make way for Miss Su Jane here from
Yeah,
Odoodles.
I'm excited.
Oh, she.
Wrong person left.
Oops. Let her come back again. Wait, because she has to make an entrance for all of you. Like wow, like that. Okay, now she's back. Hello, welcome back.
My internet is like really, really misbehaving today.
Yeah, I think it's nighttime. Cause usually nighttime, sometimes internet can be slightly
True.
So yeah, bye bye, Jing for now.
Stay in the chat.
So
Don't leave us.
I'm gonna
I'll
delete
be
you
in.
from the screen.
Ciao for
Bye.
now.
Ciao. So yeah, we have Odoodles in the house. Miss Jane, how are you today?
Good. I had a headache in the morning, but I'm
Oh
all good
man,
now. Yeah.
feeling better now?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
All up and
So
ready.
all right. So I think first we're gonna start. Maybe you can introduce yourself a bit because I have your Instagram profile here. Should I share? I think while you explaining and introduce yourself, maybe
Sure thing. I don't have slides though. I
it's okay because Jing is
feel like it's
over
very
prepared.
complex. Like wow.
Jing overachiever just now, So
Lah.
she prepared all the slide. So okay, I'm sharing screen of Miss Sujane Instagram profile. So this is her Instagram profile.
Yeah, I do
Named
have 22K.
Odoodles. Yeah. So what I see Beachy Club
Oh,
here as
okay.
well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe
You can start explaining yourself.
I'll
Yeah.
talk about that.
Mhm.
So Bitchy Club is actually like another side thing that I have coined up since I started using Procreate. Yeah. So actually
Mm.
it's how it's based. It's actually based off my resting bitchy face. If like you first time see me, you probably like, oh my gosh, this girl is RBF queen. So yeah, I have like I suffer from resting bitchy face. And
uh,
so I was like thinking like, it would be so cute, right? If I could actually coin up like bitches, like literal female dogs who suffer from resting bitchy face. So hence the idea of bitchy club has been born. Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. So actually it's if you actually scroll down to the first few posts, right?
Yeah.
You can see
All
like
Beachy
there's a
face one.
change of style.
Huh? Where? Oh, this
There's a
one from
change of
here.
there's a change of style right in the beginning, because in the beginning I was actually using a lot of Illustrator. Yeah. So I
Oh,
only
this
got
one all
my iPad
Illustrator.
like tu lah, Illustrator.
Mm.
Illustrator animation done with Flash, which is
Flash.
so obsolete now. Yes.
Maybe I can ask the audience. Do you guys remember Flash? Huh? Huh? You know,
No.
Flash. What is that?
Flash aka Animate. So now I've upgraded to Animate, which thank goodness. Yeah. So this
Mm.
one is you can see the style change lah. So it's when I got the iPad lah.
Procreate.
Yeah.
There. The hashtag
So
also changed here as well. Procreate
yeah.
art.
Yeah. So it's like this was the phase where I was a bit experimenting between styles. Yeah,
Mm.
and then eventually it got this was actually a very fun project. Uh the cosplay one down.
Oh,
Yeah,
this one. Mm.
yeah. So every day I drew one. And
Oh,
it's actually alphabetical. Yeah.
oh,
So this is O, I
thanks.
think, octopus. So yeah, so you have ninja, and then I think it was in line with Halloween last year, I think, and also
Oh,
uh, kind of
then I like this
like
one.
with the Inktober. Yeah.
I'm not
So that was
the imposter.
when that was when this game was the in thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Bichi Bichi Club lah on the side lah. So eventually
Mm,
it kind of I kind of I'm kind of neglecting it right now because like so busy with work and stuff. But eventually it
mm.
became a little bit more positive. So if oh you you went out. Yeah. So
From
yeah,
beachy or beach became, see, smiley, happy.
y- not
What
really
do?
happy. Still RBF. It's just a facade of my uh, exterior experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
this
this is the main
old
one
doodles.
now.
Yes, this is the main one. So old doodles, it was I think I started way back like 20 2016 or 2015. I can't remember. Or 2014 could be also. It was a very
Wow.
slow progress, very, very slow. But this platform was more of like a creative output for me lah. Because I was teaching full time, and I found
Mm-hmm.
myself like becoming very creatively drained. So uh, so all these are still oh, Procreate. Then this is all Illustrator. So as you can see, like it's not really Procreate based, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just because like lately I've been using a lot of Procreate, but I do experiment with a lot of other softwares, traditional medias as well on this profile. So this one is Illustrator,
Mm.
and it took so long. Oh my goodness! Now that I use Procreate, right? Procreate is like heaven sent. Yeah,
Cantik. All
but
this.
Illustrator has its perks as well, lah. Mm. So you can see like some
I
traditional media. Mm.
yeah. This one is traditional, right? This one
This
is
is
in
watercolor and ink.
watercolor.
So this was kind of like a failed Inktober. Like in the
No lah,
beginning, like
looks
so
nice.
gung ho.
There.
No, in the beginning it's so gung ho, and then after that, like you can see like no more already.
Cantik lah. Oh, you also produce teen at sea.
Yes. Yep.
Oh,
So this
wow.
was all experimental, like test the market
Oh,
and stuff. Lah.
so cute.
Yeah, Barbie.
I can see that one character keep on popping up. I think unicorn.
The unicorn. Yes.
Yeah.
The unicorn was actually um it was I think one of my first pins that I made.
Mm.
Yeah, the fat unicorn. It wasn't as fat as maybe later I can go and grab one and show you. Uh,
Mm.
but yeah, so it was actually a beautiful kind of like a not mistake, I would
Beautiful.
say. Like
Oh, this one
I didn't expect it to
MCO.
be so popular.
Oh,
Right.
I think
So
this
eventually it became my identity already.
yeah, maybe this unicorn stuck in MCO. That's why.
Tula. So yeah, so
See,
the Studio
so
Ghibli stuff as
cute.
well, and more of the fat unicorn. So yeah, recently they did collaboration with KTO. Korean tourism organization. So
Oh,
using a little bit of the Fat Unicorn as well to do so. So Fat Unicorn is just traveling around Korea. Right at the bottom. There.
right, this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. So that's Jeju Island, which I was supposed to go last
cool.
year, but
Unfortunately,
unfortunately,
cannot.
right. So sad.
Yes.
I know. But
This
yeah.
one, oh, see, so cute.
So that is like kind of like I just recently only hit 1,000. And it really shows like how many years? 2014? Not as fortunate as Xuejing, unfortunately.
Soon lah. Maybe
Yeah.
when this unicorn traveling Korea, then suddenly bump into BTS, then
Maybe. And then collaborate right with BTS.
yeah,
Wow.
suddenly, right? Who knows?
Yeah.
Uh, suddenly,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that was my journey, kind of like
Mm.
um, from traditional to Illustrator to now recently Procreate. So a lot of
So,
things done in Procreate now.
mm, you were saying just now you teach students illustration. Is it Procreate or Illustrator or
Illustrator.
Illustrator? I see. Cool.
Ultimately it's still a more industry friendly software
Mm-hmm.
because it's yeah, Procreate is getting there.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a couple of like freelance workspace of on Procreate and it worked out
Yeah, I
fine.
think yeah,
Yeah.
this one,
Yeah.
the House Cafe.
Yes.
Ooh, we put the stickers for them with all the cute characters of House.
So
Okay.
yeah, a couple more projects coming out with them, which stay tuned.
Wow. So, what you'll be sharing today? You'll be sharing Chief, maybe, or
I can Seems like Jing pretty much covered
hmm.
the very nicely covered the basics of Procreate. I can show you like another world of Procreate, maybe the animating part. Yeah.
I
So
think your
am I
iPad is not
sharing my
sharing. Yeah.
hang on. E- Oh, I need to turn this on. There. Uh, is it showing now?
No.
Oh wait, let me just share screen, share screen, Windows, share. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now it's
I
there.
disconnected just now.
Okay. Let me put it into stream.
Oh, sorry,
Oop.
wrong app. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Now I
seems like
can. I mean,
Jing is like
we
such
can
a
see.
big BTS fan. I have no idea, like, if I say this, like, the armies are gonna come and from after me. But too lah, old already. Cannot chase after all this already. Yeah.
This is what koala.
This is actually one of the characters, I think. You have to ask Jing. Like
Huh?
one of
Koya.
the Koya, yeah. One of the characters that is like associated with BTS. I don't know. Oh my,
BT.
oh, so cute. Okay, let's draw that.
You said BT
BT21.
21.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. So I think like all of the members have one per se. And then there's one for the armies as well, apparently. I did my research like 10 minutes ago. Yeah. So yeah, I've like done a very simple sketch. So just now, what uh if you actually see what Jing was doing, right? Um, she showed you a bit of the layers, she showed you a bit of the brushes and stuff, right? But if you actually go to this part under settings, there's one really, really cool thing, which is this one, the animation assist. So if you turn that on, and
Animation.
you get a timeline. Yeah.
Oh.
So this is where I do usually do my animation. Not full-fledged animation, but more of like GIFs. Did a couple of GIFs, stickers, very simple animation. Uh, it's good for what it does. It's actually frame by frame. So if you actually see like the settings, right, things like this, they have like very optimal animation stuff, like things like the onion skin, like how the opacity. I'll go through this later lah. So like how many layers, how many frames per second, things like this. Um, and every time you add a frame, it basically adds a layer. So each layer is actually in corresponds to one frame. Yeah.
Mm.
So if I go ahead and set that. Mm, yeah.
So if the audience have anything about GIF that you want to know on Procreate, then can ask away as Sujane go into it.
Yeah. So I'm going to go into my settings, right? And usually your onion skin frames, right, I won't go over three because if you put too many, right, you get
Mm,
very, very confused. So you just need like two or three frames to just to see like what the frame um in front is as a guide. So you can see like it becomes a little bit opaque, not opaque, transparent, right? That's because of the onion skin opacity. So I
ah,
like it like really light so that I can show the difference between the current frame and also what is in the previous frame lah. Right.
mm,
So this one is more of like the animation settings, the
mm,
loop ping pong one shot. Yeah. So after you add one
mm,
frame, after you have one frame for animation, right, it's very tedious. You just need to
mm,
just draw frame by frame. But what I usually do is I don't go render it straight away. Oh, it's a bit light. Maybe like just there, it's better. I won't go like
mm.
render it straight away. Usually I really I'll just draw the skeleton only. Sometimes even miss out the features. So like for example, so just did my oh
I think if for those who are not familiar with onion skin or onion, was it just now?
onion
The
skin, yeah,
name,
correct.
yeah, the name onion, we don't know how it came about, but then it's just what the industry or the app is using. So basically, when you peel the onion, right, you can see layers and layers. So that's the mean of it. It's layers and layers of um, drawing.
Yeah,
Somebody says onion rings.
onion
Apa lah
ring.
tu?
Yeah. So it's more of like getting uh contrast there. So I'm gonna make him uh so I won't do the ears first because the ears are not moving at the moment. But uh just adding another frame. And then let's say he goes up, his legs goes up a bit more. So Tula, like animation is just like this, lah, very tedious. You see like all the animation that is going on, right? Actually, there's a lot of work behind it, and mm,
Because you have to draw
yeah,
one frame by one
frame by
frame by
frame.
one frame. Okay.
Correct. Sometimes I get like really lazy. I just copy paste. Uh,
Copy paste.
but then with copy paste, you don't really get the very nice
Mm,
what do you call it? Um, this is still, by the way.
I see.
And then it goes down again, maybe
Yeah. When you say that we have, I mean, you have to create frame by frame. There's also one question here, like how long do you usually take to finish a simple animation in Procreate, like a simple animation,
like a
like
simple
maybe
one, maybe
three,
couple of hours.
couple of
Um,
hours. Oh,
for a simple like GIF, like
I
let's
see.
say, yeah. So this one is considered quite simple also because you're only focusing on
Mm.
like parts that so like you see the body, right, it doesn't move much. So it's more of like
Oh.
tracing over it and then you focus more on the legs. Um yeah. So this one goes down. And then so this is what I mean by copy paste. It's like say this one is the starting point again, right? What I can do is I can duplicate and then I just drag it over. Whee!
I
So
see.
if you play back,
So,
right? Yeah,
uh,
you'll see like okay, it looks weird now because I didn't draw the face, but you can see that the legs. So let me just slow it down. There you go.
the leg is
Mm.
like moving slightly
Mm, slightly lah.
up and down. Mm.
Yeah.
Just now the setting, the loop setting, what was it just now? Oh,
So this is
okay,
loop. So it will loop from the back, this frame, it will loop
front back.
again, like front, like
Mm.
continue on. And
Okay.
then if you put at ping pong, it will just go back. So maybe this one will look nicer with ping pong. There you go.
Uh,
You can see the
so the
the timeline
mm,
moving ping pong.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
So meaning if loop is front back, front back, front back,
Front back, front back,
and
front back, front back, front back.
um, ping pong is bounce between front and
Bouncing like
end.
this.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mm-mm.
correct. So let me just go ahead and do the years. All right, really, really quick. Oh,
Mm.
so
Yeah. There's also another question here, like, is it possible to export your setting, like Odoodle's setting of pen sensitivity or that, and share it with others? Like, but
pen
I think
sensitivity, like
yeah,
brush, is it? I think there you can, but I haven't
yes.
really explored that before.
I
Because
think
that's
you
how people
can
sell it,
because
right?
yeah, because if you download brush from like people as well, the tweaking of the brush is according to that artist, right? That's why when Chihiro downloaded or Jing downloaded the brush just now from Jing brush set and all that. Um,
Mm,
yeah, I think can. Mm.
yeah. So like with this, right, you can see that every frame is actually one layer. But with Procreate, you can also set like background and foreground layer. So that means the first
Mm.
and the last layer. So let's say, for example, if like let's say this layer, I want to make it a ground, right? And on here, I will draw a ground quite literally.
Mm.
Okay. So it's on the first layer. So if you go to your timeline, right, you can have the option to make it the background so that it will uh, stay constant. So you don't have to like
I see.
um, and this is good for like let's say for example if your animation uh you're making gifs, right, and then there's only one part moving. So let's say for example this very this charger. So right, let's say the whole thing is static except for this part which is like up, down, right? You can make this whole thing the background, and then you just focus on the things that is moving, the parts that is moving as the frame, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it also allows you to do the foreground, which is the last layer, whatever you put. So usually the foreground, I'll just put like a signature lah, right? And then I can make it like the foreground. So if, let's say like something like this. So you can
So
see the
that thing,
foreground and the background is constant.
mm,
Is it constant? No, it's static.
constant, static,
Constant.
uh,
Yeah.
constant. Uh, so it won't move lah. In a
It will
way,
move.
it will just
Bagus.
remain there.
Yes. So
Gitu. Ah,
this part will be moving. Right. Um all right, maybe I'll talk a little bit about the folders. That Jing mentioned a little bit just now. So with animation, folders come very important because you want to have your sketch and then your uh, your render on a different layer. Sometimes I will have the outline and the color. So all together that's
mm.
three: the sketch, the outline, and the color. Right. Um, on different layers. So it's easier to edit. So usually what I'll do is to avoid my brain going haywire is I will hide the animation as this first. After I've got the
Oh,
skeleton, after I got the skeleton, and I'm quite happy with it, I want to render it already. I'll hide the animation as this first. Then you will see like all of them like
became
consolidate into one. All right. Then
ah
you start hiding all your layers, and you work up your way lah. So let me just delete this lah. It's a very daunting. Okay. Right. These two. Right. So I will just unhide the layers. Okay. And then I can, this is a sketch, so I can lower down the opacity, create another layer on top, and just name it lah. So to, I don't usually name my layers, but for the sake of this line work, right? For the sake of the, to show everybody that I do, yeah, I'll just go ahead and name it. Um, Jing showed the really cool trick to so maybe this one. I don't know what color is. Koya is blue, I think. Let me just check.
Koya.
Yes, he is black and blue. Okay. So the line is
Yeah,
black.
with
So
a
just go
purple
ahead
nose.
and maybe change the so BG brushes right for the so maybe
What's your
let's
favorite brush? Zeros,
my
it's
my
yeah,
favorite brush
HB
is
pencil.
uh I can't really remember the name. Hang on. Let me just check for you. Because it's like clockwork already. Like, okay. So currently I'm really into this one. Steph's sketch brush.
Oh, this one within
This yeah.
Procreate yourself
This one, right, is actually you can download it on the Procreate. They have a
website.
like a website, yeah,
Oh,
where they have
Procreate
like resources and stuff, free
brush.
resources and stuff. Um,
Download.
and then to top that up, right, I also currently I'm really into this one also, the crayons, oil pastel kind of texture. So you can see like a lot of my
Mm.
illustration now very crayony looking. So yeah, this one also the Steph's sketch brush, right, has got a little bit of that jittery kind of side also to it. And yeah, so this is my favorite currently so far with BG because it has a more constant kind of identity. So hang on, I think the ears is, yeah. So just, I'm not sure whether I'll do this Koya justice or not. I'll just do one lah for the to show like how layers work. Um, but what you can do is you can drag and drop. I think Jing showed also just now. I'm not sure. What you can do is you can make it a reference. This is the line work, right? Make a reference
Mhm.
and then create a new layer. I'll put it at the bottom. Right. This is the color. So Koya is a little bit blue. So what you can do is you can just drag and drop. Simple. I'm
Yay!
going to
Like magic.
I don't know whether he's this blue or not. Let me
No,
just
not
check.
this
Oh,
blue.
he's
Light,
lighter blue. I'm so
lighter
sorry. Don't
blue.
kill me. Okay, there you go.
Ah, but I think this one is boleh lah. Boleh lah.
Yeah, and then white color
Mm.
ears. Oh, my
Here
sketch
and
is
yeah,
missing.
let's see.
So alpha lock, that's what I like to use also. Uh, so for the details, right? So usually I'll select the color layer and alpha lock, and then just color over it. This one actually need alpha lock. Alpha lock is when you have like maybe details that goes out like this, right? Yeah. And
Mm.
then his nose is also black with purple.
Mm-mm.
I can do better lah, but just for the sake of time, uh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So I'm gonna hide my sketch, right? So this is what I do is I'll go ahead and do for the frame 2, frame 3, frame 4, and this one also. And then I'll group it up. Because if you don't group it up, right, it will play as a frame, which is annoying. So you will see your line work
Mm.
and then you color and then yeah. But if you group it up, Procreate will think, oh, okay, this group is actually one frame itself, right?
Mm.
So I can
Okay.
throw the sketch in also lah. So yeah. So uh, just going ahead and doing the same thing, just hide that, and then really quickly again. Mm, you can talk to me, you know.
Yeah.
Like this is actually like quite
I'm
a
like, look at how you draw uh and everything. You see, this
uh,
is like
nose is different.
um it's normal, like for example, take your time to produce the artwork and all that. Sometimes when we do it, we want to change the sizing, we want to change the um yeah, for those who are new with Procreate, just feel comfortable with the way that you draw as well.
I just uh, simply first lah, huh? So reference, and then I like to put that in. Oh, his ears is wrong already. Let me just
So you're
fix that.
doing one by one more. I mean, like,
Yep,
oh,
yep. Because I have to render everything like layer by layer.
the Bichi Bichi brush just now is your own created brush
No, it's actually like a modified brush.
or modified brush.
You can modify it. Maybe I'll show you later.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. And then purple nose. And then white color on the ears. Oops, sorry. It's super messy right now. But yeah. So go ahead and group it up again. Group. And then you can hide or you can just put it in there. Right?
Yeah,
So
we
I
have.
have frame 1, frame 2.
I see.
Mm.
So that means now then my Siri. So just now the first group is the first frame. The next
First frame,
group, second
frame 1.
frame, right?
Frame 1,
I
yep.
see.
And then the
Oh.
second group is frame 2. Very tedious process, but it's like super satisfying once you see your output. So once you finish everything, right? Layer 3, frame 3, frame 4, frame 5. You can go ahead and turn on the animation assist again.
Assist.
Mm.
Oh,
Right now
so it
you
will
can't see
read
the
the group
yeah. Oh,
as.
yeah, because I turn off. Yeah. So it will read the group as one. So if
I
you play,
see.
yeah.
So it's not like you draw in that layer. You group it and name it as frame 1.
Yeah. Yes.
I see.
So sketch, line work, and color all one group, and that is identified as one frame. Then you can see like the behind one, right? The other group don't have group, so it will identify as one frame itself. So yeah. So usually I'll get the skeleton down first. Then I hide the animation panel, this one, and then I'll go ahead and slowly listen to some music and some tea and slowly render. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
one by one.
One by
So yeah,
one.
yeah. To answer, we have questions to answer. Payment questions like,
Mm.
what's the difference between alpha lock and clipping mask? I think
Oh,
we already went through that, but maybe
yeah.
can explain one more time. And,
Can. Maybe I'll go ahead and create a new one. So alpha lock, right, is actually maybe if I do this.
so this
Okay.
is.
Alpha lock, it draws on the layer itself. So crayon texture. Misuka. But it draws on the layer itself. So it's kind of like lossy. Yeah, technical terms. Yeah.
Yeah.
But else, clipping mask is not on the layer itself. So you still can actually go ahead and edit. Like let's say you don't like this scribble, right? You can rub it off, or you can clear it up without affecting this bottom layer. Oops.
See.
Yeah. But else alpha lock is kind of like on the layer itself already. So honestly, I always use alpha lock. But when I'm working
Yeah.
with client works, right? I'll try to use
Clipping.
clipping mask.
Yeah,
Right.
because I think I heard this as well. In terms, if for client work, when you use alpha lock, it's together. So when you want to change the color and
It's
everything
very
later,
hard.
in case yeah, in case your clients ask to change the color, it's very hard for you to change. So for clipping mask, it's less destructible in a way.
Yes, in a way.
So so you can edit each of the
Yeah,
color layer.
you
It
still
doesn't
can.
really, yeah.
Yeah. And then let's say right, your client don't like this color, this pink color.
Mm,
You can what you can do is you can alpha lock this pink color instead of like deleting and then drawing again, right? Just alpha lock it and then choose the color that he like, maybe like purple, and then you just
mm,
go ahead and fill the layer.
mm,
And you still keep to the texture, but you just change the color in a way.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
And then this layer is still not affected. Yeah. It's
Mm,
just more of like um workflow,
yeah,
like
correct.
um,
Mm.
practical workflow.
Because yeah, even in if you use Photoshop or if you use Illustrator, also the same. Like that's the purpose of creating many layers so that it's easy for you to change.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Any other
sorry.
any other questions? I
Um,
can show
I
you like
think you
very
can
very quick.
share the brush. How
Oh
to?
yeah, the brush.
Mm,
Sure, let me just pop by that.
the tweaking your brush and save it as a
Yeah.
new brush. Yeah.
I just recently learned like this really cool one, right? From Procreate. Let's say for example, right, this Steph sketch brush, I really like it. What I can do is I can duplicate it, right?
Mm.
I'm just gonna pop it into like the beachy folder. Actually, I did one already. Okay.
So you just
Uh,
drag it there.
yeah, just drag it. Let me try that again. Maybe too fast. So All Star, this one, duplicate, and then hold it, and then on with the other hand, you can tap on the folder and then just dump it in. Right. I think
Yeah.
you can rename it too. I'm not sure. Sometimes the brush settings doesn't allow you to rename, but that's totally fine. And then from
Uh,
here, you you're not editing the original one because I like the original one, but you're more of editing the duplicate. So
oh.
you can click on that, and then just now I think Shajing was mentioning the streamline, which is the how flowy, how like not flowy,
Oh.
is it flowy? Yeah. So
So
if it's
basically
like
here
really low,
you can test the brush.
you can test the brush.
Yeah.
Let's say you want a little bit more of the crayon texture, you can turn on.
Mm.
Um, this one, it was really cool that I just recently found out. Under color dynamics, right? Actually, all this, right, I haven't really explored yet. But under that color dynamics, you can color pressure. You can increase the, oh no, secondary color. Let's just put it 100. Why not? Or maybe like not so much lah. Done. Right. If you go back to your color palette, right, you will see like you will have two colors on
Mm.
purple primary color and then the yellow, which is the secondary color. And then you will yeah, too small. It will do this. You see?
Oh.
Like it has that the pressure, right? Then it will use the secondary color.
So
It's
the
so nice for
harder
calligraphy.
I see. So the
It,
harder you press, it change to
yeah. So because I changed the pressure, the color
I
pressure,
see.
you can change like other things like color tilt. But let's say you're one that use Procreate for like lettering, right? Lettering
Uh,
uses a lot of pressure, and it will be a very nice effect. Like let's say, for example, uh, you, yeah, too big. Uh, yeah, not nice. Oh my gosh, something like that.
boleh lah.
Boleh lah. This brush tak cantik for lettering. But you
I
can
think
see lah,
Studio
like
Pen.
yeah, Studio Pen maybe. So
Mm,
you just go ahead and duplicate the Studio Pen, oh. If you can
mm,
like one of these lah, the calligraphy.
yeah,
Mm,
one of the
mm.
then yeah.
But this one
So
takes a lot of exploring. Yeah,
so the thinner line is the one that you put less pressure,
correct.
right?
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Okay.
So if
Mm.
under color pressure, if you don't like that, what you can do, I think color tilt as well, is how you tilt your pen.
Oh.
I'm not sure. It's not doesn't seem to be working. We have to explore that again later.
Explore. Yes.
Yeah. But
Explore.
yeah, that one I saw in Procreate one. So there are resources on Procreate, very nice. And then you just
Mm,
follow them and you see like sometimes they teach you really cool stuff that you don't even know,
mm,
because that's what they do. Yeah. So that's brushes. I think you can export them. No, let me just I'm not sure. Oh, that's the main creator. Share. There you go. You can share with your friends. You can share to us three.
huh?
Yeah. So what you do is you swipe left, swipe to the left, and then you just share. Share.
Okay. So let's share the brush just now lah. You can save it as a file or you can save it as a
Yeah,
can
I
tadi.
suppose so. And you can save it as a
Okay.
file.
I think we didn't cover how will you export. Okay, there are two things: how to export and then how to do, because like Jing just now she showed the time lapse, but
Yes,
then I think Jing didn't cover that how she made that. So maybe I think you
I
can.
will open up one of my old animation. So fun fact,
Mm,
this was actually like the very first animation I did on Procreate, and that was before I found out about the animation
mm,
panel. So I did this like literally frame by frame. I like hide and hide, hide and hide, hide. I
oh my
felt so
god.
like bodo after that. After I found the tutorial, right? And then I was like, there is an animation panel in Procreate. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's the story.
Yeah,
And you can see the
lesson
layers.
learned.
Yeah.
So that's how you do it.
Yeah. So if you
Mm.
play, there you go.
Ooh,
This one took me a few days lah. Because
a few days. Oh
I
my
wasn't
god.
very familiar with the software. But mostly it's rendering. Once you get the skeleton down, you're more or less like comfortable already. Then you just like render, slowly render. Then your beard grow.
Mm. But
Yeah.
cantik.
Thank you.
Then
But yeah,
so many
to
people say
export.
like so comel, so good, so nice, so cool, cantik.
Oh,
Oh my god. Wow, love this.
kamsahamnida, kamsahamnida. Thank you, thank you. So
Mm,
if you want to share it, you want to save it out. If it's an animation, you can share it under the spanner. Just share, and then you can share it
share
as an
animated.
animated MP4, which is a movie
Oh.
clip.
Mm,
Or if you want an animated GIF, also can. It'll take a while.
mm,
Mm. So GIF, if you want to get rid of the background, then you can save it as a sticker, right? What you can do is you can just hide the color, hide the background color. Tak
mm.
cantik because you can see the the
Oh.
impurities.
Oh.
Because that I didn't know yet. Yeah, but you can save it as a GIF,
I see.
and then it has no background, right? Then you
Transparent.
can save it as a sticker. or something.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
this one, if you want to add to like your video file or something, or maybe
Mm.
your PowerPoint slide,
Mm.
GIF, that maybe
Yeah.
without background.
So yeah, you can transparent background or transparent background, or you can like frames, adjust the frames per second.
Oh, you can adjust here as well.
You can adjust here as well.
Hmm.
And then once you're done, you just export it. Lambat.
Because it has to render frame by frame.
Correct. And
So
then
yeah,
save
so it's not
image.
just one.
Yeah. Right. So
Unsuccessful.
because I cancelled it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just need to save image. Then it will save into
Hmm.
your gallery.
Okay.
The Jing one, the time lapse one, right?
Hmm.
It's actually here. Maybe I open this one. So time lapse here under video, I think. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you need to check this one first before you start drawing anything. So I always have it on lah, in case I want to share some process or whatever. It
Hmm.
doesn't really affect much of the performance.
Hmm.
I don't
Because
really
it's in the
notice
background.
any lags.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that on, then it won't record lor. So you just
Hmm.
need to make sure that you have that on, and then you can have a time lapse replay like of the whole process. Right?
Hmm.
You can Procreate is very Instagram friendly. Um, so let's say, for example, you want to share the time lapse, right? They give you the option that full length or 30 seconds because Instagram is only 30 seconds, I think, for posts.
Mm, post
Uh, mm,
15 each slot. I think 15, 15, 15
is
seconds.
it? Oh,
I think so. I
30,
guess.
I think.
Yeah.
Because I usually go for this one and it's no problem for posts.
Okay. So then, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you go for full length, then you probably have to upload it as a reel or something lah. Yeah.
Hmm.
So if 30
Okay.
seconds, right, that is like super, super, super fast. Sometimes you
Hmm.
miss a lot of details lah, but that's fine.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then save video again. Export successful. Then if you go to your gallery, you can see here. Oh, can you see? Oh,
Yeah, can. Hmm. The video
yeah,
of the
30
time
seconds.
lapse. Yeah.
Is it 30 seconds? I think it is.
Kevin said post is 1 minute. Story is 15 second.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
Hmm.
Mm,
So then you add the shadow. All
mm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, lah.
Cool. Love it.
Yeah. Kim Son Ho.
Okay.
Sorry, I sang
All
wrong.
right. I think thanks for for the share, um, Sujane, on the a
Joke
little bit on the
around.
GIF making and the time lapse and the way that you can use Procreate to make animation. It can be more complicated than this, more details. Of course, like Sujane said, it might take time for you to produce it. Like the Fox animation took her 2 days,
Few
3 days.
plus
Yeah,
procrastination, few days.
a few days. So if there's more complicated animation, then it might take a little bit longer. So just explore and use the app. So I'm gonna bring Jing again on the screen so that we can have a little bit of conversation with both of them together. Jing, please be ready because I'm gonna share your camera.
Be decent.
Ready or not? Ready? Okay. All right. Jing is here again. So I'm going to put myself down here. So
Yes.
yeah,
Like super
now
like the Jing. Like, oh my gosh, fangirly moment.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, I would like to extend my words of gratitude to Jihiro or Jing, Odoodles, and or Sujane for sharing your experience and how you use your Procreate app with us today. I think that was very insightful, and I believe for the audience, I think for you to know more, I think you just be like Jing, just dive into it and do something, and go ahead and try it. I mean, Sujin as well from Illustrator, and then move to Procreate and just try it out and produce something. You can start like Sujin start like daily sketch, and then after that, as you go on and go on, then you can get client like you know our cafe Korea,
I
then
know the
maybe get
story. That one you have to really go for it, like really stalk the word. You don't
like
just
Jing
drop from
also the
the sky.
same. Kan. Like Jing also the same from 2,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 to 22,000 follower. And then BTS call, hey Jing, I need doodles. Can you please
안녕하세요.
produce doodles for
I,
me?
I saw
You
your
know,
art.
I saw your art. Can you please do
Yeah,
something?
if I suddenly drop out, you'll know why.
What happened, right?
Bye.
She flew to Korea to marry someone already.
Okay. Um, any questions from the crowd? If you have anything that you would like to ask our guests, you can ask now in the chat. I will put your questions on the screen so that everybody can see. Um, for those who wants to follow um, both of our guests here, like I shared just now for how to say for Jing, it's go to Instagram Hero. You can follow her at more towards follow her. Maybe if she reach 22,000 can free sketch, or 50,000 can get free sketch. Like those people sometimes do. So you can follow her here and maybe ask questions as well in the message if you have any questions.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
as well as for um, Sujane Odoodles on Instagram. You can email her as well. Hello doodles at Gmail. And like her work and everything. You can support them on Coffee as well. Oh, can get free wallpaper. Yeah, why not, right? So free wallpaper. Yeah. So can buy coffee for them. Here there's a goal, label pin. So support her to produce more label pin. A little bit of donations goes a long way for all the artists here in Malaysia. And yeah, Jing also the same. Um, and there's just here. So can go on Jing's coffee, buy coffee so that she can produce more fan art for BTS and for you as well. You know, yeah. So yeah, you can follow them there on their social media, especially on IG. I think they are both active on IG and producing and uploading works as they produce something. So yeah, more questions from people. Do you have question from Kevin? Do you both have a Patreon page or something? More like teaching.
No, I
Patreon
no,
is yeah.
I can't commit to it. I
Same.
I can't find the time to commit to it because you need to produce content every month to so yeah.
Oh,
No.
oh
Yeah,
yeah. For
because
example, yeah, you pay membership to the
mm,
artist.
mm,
something like
Yeah.
that, like
Yes,
monthly
yes.
payment.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then there's like
wow.
different tiers. But personally, I feel like haven't found like the need to have a Patreon page. Like
Mm,
I don't have time to commit to it. So yeah.
I see. Yeah, for example, okay, this one is questions from me. Like both of you, I'm sure you get a little bit of client work here and there. What was the good experience? Maybe you can name one, or maybe the bad experience as well. You can name one when you produce something for the client, like have your iPad ever crash, or suddenly maybe Jing first. Yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna be honest and say like I don't really accept client work. Um,
Oh.
Mostly because I have my own shop to run. So I invest my time into making my own products and merchandise to sell. So I rarely accept commissions. Yeah, for that reason
Mm.
actually.
Where can we find
Like I
your
don't
product and
actually accept
merchandise?
clients only on rare occasions. Huh?
Where is the
I'm not too
where
good.
can we
my
can
my oh you mean my products?
merchandise? Uh, where
My
can we?
but then my shop is closed. I can
Oh.
wait ah. I mean I can show you my but then it's not
Are you
but then
sharing
my shop is
screen or
closed at the
something?
moment. So you wait up. Hold on, give me a sec.
Mm.
maybe Mr. Jane wanna go first. I don't know.
Yeah. So Jane,
Uh,
any issues from client? I don't know lah. How you deal with clients and
for me, I'm opposite of Shijing. I'm like focused on client. uh, but I think like before that, I also did mention like clients don't just fall from the sky. Uh, it takes a lot of like effort to really good approach them. Uh, especially as an illustrator, like you really have to go and like, hey, my name is so and so, and like slide into their DMs and stuff like that. So I think positive is like so far the clients that I've gotten, they are really enthusiastic. They are really maybe I'm blessed like, with good clients.
mm,
But they're really open to like my art style. They don't try to change a lot of things. Like they just let me do the things that I do, and they're real
mm,
open to it. Um, I don't think there's negative experience. Maybe on the software itself, right?
mm,
Procreate itself is not. Personally, I feel like it's not like stable enough to complete a whole artwork for a for client. So usually
mm,
my process is I will illustrate on Procreate and then transfer it into Photoshop or Illustrator and then redesign it on Illustrator again. So the
mm,
drawings are on Procreate only. Like designing is all still in Illustrator. So it's still important also to balance up like what you uh what you do. I'm only using a,
mm.
iPad Air. I don't have a Pro. So yeah, maybe with Pro it comes with extra features, but I'm not sure.
But it's good enough. I think um and for those who have a lesser budget can just get the
The Air.
entry
Yeah,
level
yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
the entry level of iPad. But maybe there's a limitations of layers, I think, as far as I
Yeah.
can remember, because Pro maybe can handle more layers compared to the entry level of iPad. Yeah, I think for Sujin just now, you are blessed with the client. For example, the Korean client just incorporated your fat unicorn inside the work,
That one
which
was
is
so
really
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
We
super
have a
super cute.
question here um, from the crowd. How did you start working with owls?
Like
Ha.
she wants to be my client.
She, she wants to
She
steal
wants
your
to steal your
client.
client.
She's taking notes.
Yeah, she's taking notes. um, Stop
Don't
them.
give her. Don't give her so much tips. Yeah.
I think if there is like someone that you really admire or look up to, I think you just need to show like you're enthusiastic and professional. You just really need to go for it lah. You don't expect them to like look for you. Make yourself
Mm.
show known. I can share like previously also, before my Procreate days, uh, I was a fangirl like Jing also. I had my face, uh, stalking them in a good way.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Introducing yourself like professionally, like, hey, this is what I do, and I really like and admire your work. Maybe someday we can collaborate.
Mm. Correct.
Don't expect answers. Sometimes they don't answer, but
Mm.
sometimes they do. So at least you try, put yourself out there. Yeah.
Mm. I think that's what designer can do. Like for example, if you want to collaborate with someone, right, just have the spark of ideas and the first steps to initiate a conversation. Like for example, Sujane, maybe you did some artwork and then you hashtag or you
Like
tag,
the
um, can you tag. I think the recent one that you did, and then you hashtag many times of Procreate, and then Procreate shared your work,
Oh,
that
as I
one
yeah,
can.
that one is
Procreated.
actually uh sort of like a weekly challenge that if you guys are interested, you can go on Procreate and take a look at. So what they do is they have like keywords, and then you draw, you tag them,
Mm,
and then they will usually share like the ones that they like. And it's really easy to
mm,
get shared actually, because not many people actually do it. So I
mm,
noticed, right, this is like a good way also to expose yourself. Yeah.
mm,
So
correct.
yeah, if you guys like to illustrate, just go on Procreate, illustrate something based on that three words. I think this week is
Mm,
dinosaur or something. Yeah.
oh,
Fishbone, dinosaur, and magnifying glass. It just came out.
mm. Yeah, and then they will like reshare your work in a public domain on their account, which
Mm.
is like thousands and thousands of followers. Then they will go into your profile, and you get that kind of exposure in a way.
Mm.
So yeah, um, mm, yeah. Kevin is saying something like, do you feel that you get the good clients more because you establish a style and they approach you because they like it, hence they don't micromanage you? I mean, I don't know. How can you? Is this a question or a statement, Kevin?
I don't think that I'm at that level yet, lah. That I established like a grand style that people just come for my style. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's nice that your Korean client, like use your own, um,
Character. Original character, right?
yeah, yeah, original characters that you have to incorporate
The one is
for them.
actually like because they have like their own contract, so they won't
Mm,
they won't control the post that we do. So
I
we post
see.
as whatever we like, according to how our content is usually is. So
Mm,
not so much of a client issue, that one.
okay.
Mhm.
Um, what more
You
questions?
asking more some questions. You asking questions. Where's the shop?
Uh, yeah, Jing just now wanted to share your shop or
Yeah,
merchandise or something. Yeah, maybe
sure, I guess if you want
people
to see,
can like, you know,
I can I
text
can
you,
show. Don't text me. My shop is
message
not
on
open.
Instagram,
Uh,
or maybe,
I'm
yeah.
sharing. I'm sharing screen. Can you
Yes.
see?
Okay. Yeah. It's
So this is my big cartel. Um, I use the currency of USD just because my target market is international. And here
mm,
are some of the products that I am selling at the moment, even though my shop is not open. But my newest products are tote bags. These two tote bags, as
mm.
you can see, yeah. So
I think I saw
like I
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
Nice.
my products are like all BTS fan merch. So like the quotes or like the lyrics, yeah, it's like inspired by BTS songs. Yeah. Then stickers. Um,
BTS like hire you? I mean, like you have some sort of a collaboration between BTS and you, or just you and your own
no,
effort?
this is completely independent. I wish that
Ah, I
I worked
see.
with BTS. Like
Oh, okay.
that's the ultimate goal.
Uh, oh, we
It's the
have
ultimate goal.
a very intriguing question here because I just
Yeah.
asked that
Yeah.
question just now. Somebody asked, "Hi Jing, is there anything to do with copyright when you sell products that represent them? Like you have a contact the
Copyright.
company to discuss
Right.
about it or anything?" Yeah.
The thing about this is that I think their company they're called Hype, right? Like Big Hit. They don't actually go after fan art or like fan content like creation or like selling of fan art because in a way it's like we are creating what's that more like we're promoting them, right, in a way as a
Mm.
fan artist. So I that's
Oh.
the reason why I think they don't like go after fan artists for this reason. And since like I'm not that big, like I'm just a small fan account, they don't actually come after me. And what I know is that recently some of the fan artists, like the really bigger, like well-known fan artists, the company actually acknowledge them and they actually go to them to collaborate to make
Mm.
official BTS art. So they actually pay them. So they don't actually like they don't sue you. Instead, they hire you. They're like, oh, I really like your art. Come work with us. To create BTS content. So yeah,
Soon, Jing? Soon, soon.
Yeah. Soon.
Soon.
manifesting.
Fingers crossed, June.
Fingers crossed. I don't know. We'll see
Do you tag
if
them?
I drop
Do you
out.
tag like? Do you tag
Do
them?
you tag
Uh,
them? Yeah.
I
Mm.
Like,
I do tag them on Instagram and Twitter whenever I post any art. I'm not sure if they see it, even if they. I feel like there's a small chance that they see it, because they are usually
Mm.
also active. And they do say that they look at uh their timeline sometimes. So yeah, there's a small chance that
Oh,
they have seen.
they sometimes share your.
Sometimes sometimes they comment on fan art. They're like,
Oh,
oh, this is nice, or I like this. Yeah. So there is a chance where they would actually comment, but it's hard because the fan base is so big. So yeah.
and then how you reacted?
I mean, if you get
Oh my
noticed,
god!
then yeah, that's definitely a big deal.
I
That's a big
cannot
deal.
sleep already. Jimin commented.
I mean, that's rare lah. Okay, that's like once in the blue moon that they do that. But yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay, I think we already at 10:15 here. Um, so I guess today that's for today lah. So for the audience, if you guys want to like ask questions on Procreate or anything, they are more than willing to help. I think you can follow them on Instagram, like I said earlier. Then you can ask questions and all that, buy merchandise. If you have maybe friends, family members, or and all that who want somebody to do illustrations or whatever, then maybe you can contact Jing as well. Sorry, not Jing. Both of them lah. Jing and
Can.
um, Jing and Sujane for illustrations and artwork, and they will be more than happy to talk it out. So yeah, thanks again, Odoodles, Miss Sujane, and Jihiro, Miss Jing, for being here with us today and sharing everything. And I hope to see you both again in the future, maybe for another collaborations. And I guess that's about it.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
so
Thank,
much.
thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna end the sessions, and then
Bye.
thanks everyone as well for being here. Yeah, bye
Thank you
Bye.
for
bye.
coming.
Thank you. Bye bye.